Today I want to share 3 easy toddler meal ideas that you can make just under £5. If you don't live in the UK, it's a very budget-friendly guide how you can make 3 different recipes, super budget-friendly. They're all delicious, nutritious, and easy to make. You can also make them, then cool them down, and then freeze them if you want to, and then you can just use them as and when you need them. So let's just go straight into it. So the first recipe is broccoli tots. This is so quick to make, only requires just a few ingredients, and then you just bake it for 15 minutes and it's done. Let me run you through the ingredients and then I'll show you how to make them. All you need is just some broccoli. I've already steamed my broccoli because I tried to save some time. My toddler is asleep at the moment and I just really want to make sure that I can film this video for you. So this is why I've done some prep in advance. Anyways, 1 egg, some grated cheese, I use cheddar, some breadcrumbs and some flour, and that's literally it. So the first step is very quickly, we just chop our broccoli. Now depending how soft it is, you can either just mash it with a fork, use a food processor, just use a knife, that's what I'm planning to do, and then just chop it very finely. I love this recipe because you can actually use any other vegetable that you want. For example, carrot, courgette, they're both very good for this recipe as well. So you can just literally find anything that you want and just make tots of it. This recipe is very flexible for that. I know when I find a vegetable that my toddler enjoys, I try to make as many recipes with that vegetable that I can. So I know that she's actually gonna get it. So believe it or not, that was the hardest bit from the entire recipe. Now we just literally put everything in one bowl, mix it together, make some tots, put them in the oven, and done. So first our broccoli goes in, then our cheese, breadcrumbs, flour, and 1 egg. If I were you, I wouldn't even bother to use a spatula. I personally like to use my hands because it's just so much quicker and I feel like you just have so much more control. Also, if you want to make these recipes with your toddlers, you can always involve them and it's just so much fun to play with your hands. Okay, mix everything in. And you should be able to form your tots like this. So this is the fun part. We already have our broccoli mixture ready. I've already got a tin with some baking paper. You can just use some oil or butter if you want to and grease it instead of using baking paper if you don't have it. And then I already have my oven preheated to 180 degrees Celsius. Now let's just roll them quickly because we always try to save our time, don't we? So one was kind of done already. There you go. Obviously you can make the size that you want. It doesn't really matter. If you make the recipe multiple times, you will see what your toddler prefers. I find sometimes that even if I give the same food, but I give it in different shapes, sometimes she might like it, other times she might not. So I feel like even if it's exactly the same, consistency is one thing, shape is another thing. So that's probably a tip for you as well. If you think that your toddler doesn't like specific ingredients, try to make something different with it and then see if they like it. Because as funny as it sounds, first they eat it with their eyes, so they have to like the look of it, and then they like to touch it and things like that. So if the shape or consistency is not what they want it to be, they're not gonna touch it. So try that and see if that works. This recipe makes quite a few of them, so you definitely would have some leftovers. So you can actually just make some ahead of time and then just freeze them. If your toddler has to go to the nursery or you just wanna go somewhere and just wanna take some snacks, this is such a good snack to make in advance and just always have it on hand. So my tots are ready to go to the oven. They look very nice. I actually think I'm gonna take some of them myself. I always make some stuff for her and I always eat it myself because I find it so delicious. But anyways, so you put that in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. Of course, it really depends on the size of your tots as well as what kind of oven you have. But just kind of keep an eye on them. Let me just put them in the oven and then I'll show you how they look like when they take them out. Whilst our tots are still baking in the oven, let me show you how to prepare our second recipe, which is mini egg muffins packed with vegetables. There are only a few ingredients again, and they're all very budget friendly. Most likely you're gonna have them on hand. So let me run you through them and then I'll show you how to make them. So what we need: some grated carrot, grated courgette, some eggs and cheese, and that is it. And again, this is one of those recipes that you just put everything in one bowl, you mix it, and then you pour the batter into your muffin tin and bake it. By the way, I never really liked silicone muffin tins. Don't even know why, to be fair, but this one, since I've discovered this one, I just love it so much. First of all, it's mini muffins, so it's just so nice for my toddler to enjoy them. Second of all, it's just so easy to actually put everything in. You don't have to use any muffin liners, you don't have to even grease them if you don't want to. Put everything in there and then just put it in the oven, take them out, and when it's ready, it's actually so easy to clean as well. So I just love them, and from now on, I just always use them. So we just crack our eggs. This week my toddler cannot stop repeating the word I. So everything is an I for her. Which is quite funny. And like she finds ice in literally the smallest things. Like we take a book or we take a toy. We walk around, there are people and things like that. And she always finds ice. I don't know if there is anything that your toddler's maybe doing at this right moment that you find quite adorable. Share them in the comments below because it would be very interesting to read and see what other toddlers doing at the same time. So we mix everything in. As always, I have the same issue when I take the bowl that's way too small. But that's just something I do. Nothing changes there. So for this recipe, I actually added an extra egg just because my courgette that I used was a bit too big and I thought I'll be able to get away with it, but it didn't happen. So if it happens to you that you feel like the mixture is a bit too dry, just crack an extra egg and it will be all fine. A bit later next month, I will be sharing some fun Halloween snacks that you can make for your toddler. I always think that it's so nice to make something special on every occasion because I have such a big passion for food. I always think how I can make special occasions memorable with food. It would actually be very interesting to hear from you as well, like if there is anything that you do for your kids. So please share because I also need ideas because my toddler is 17 months old, so we haven't really done much yet because last year she wasn't very aware of things as much as she is right now, of course. So my tots are actually ready. Perfect timing because now we have to put the muffins in the oven. I actually just tried one. It smelled so delicious that I really wanted to try it. They actually took about 25 minutes to bake, and I suppose it's because these are a bit bigger than I normally make. I should try just one more because I want to show you how they look like. But when I say like all these brown edges, that's what I mean. It's very hot. It's really good. And if your toddlers love broccoli, it's an amazing snack to have. But as I said, if they don't, you can make this with other vegetables as well. I'll leave all the recipes in the description below so you can find them. Let me put the muffins in the oven right now as well. Set the timer and then I'll show you how to make the third recipe. Wish me luck, continue filming because my toddler just woken up. Don't know why it always happens that on those days when I don't film, she sleeps an hour longer. But then every time I decide to film, she wakes up an hour early. So it's just my luck. It's fine. She's got loads of activities right now and she's smiling to me, so it's just nice to see her. Anyways, wish me luck and hopefully I'll be able to share this recipe because this is my favorite. It's a lentil shepherd's pie. It's a very condensed and quick version of it. Your toddler hopefully will like that. I know mine one does. And so let me just share the ingredients again and I'll show you how to make it. But just before we do that, my muffins are now done. So let me quickly show you from close up how they look. I'll just grab some gloves and hopefully you can see them. But yeah, they're very tiny mini muffins with vegetables. So they're very nice. I've done them quite a few times by now and I really enjoy them and my toddler really likes them. So I hope that yours will like them too. They're still very hot, so I'll try to show you how they look from close, but yeah, they're very good. Full of vegetables. Loads of flavor. Amazing. I really hope you're gonna try them as well. Okay, so what you need for this recipe is some lentils. I already cooked them. I use the split lentils, so it's just easier, but to be fair, you can use any lentils you want. Some potatoes. I also cut them already and boiled them just to save myself some time. And then we have some onion, carrot, tomato paste, some milk, butter, just some mixed herbs. I actually used Italian seasoning because that's the only ones that I had. And then just some stock. So the first step, we need to make our mashed potato that goes on top of it. So for that, you just need some potatoes, butter and milk. Put it all on the stove, just mash your potatoes, put your milk and butter, and then your mashed potato is gonna be done. You always can add some pepper if you want to, or even salt if you use that. It's just your choice. I'm actually surprised how calm she is right now, just because I gave her the sticker book and she loves her stickers. And normally she would be the one, like if there is a word that you can't say, which obviously at this stage there are many, so she would just want me to come and then she would point at it and I would need to say. If I don't come on time, she just does like until I do. But like this time she's just very into her book, so I'm just letting her do her own thing and I'm gonna try to finish this. So now we just need to dice our onion and carrot and then just put them in the pan for a bit. I'll actually use a pot, I think. And then we'll put the rest of the ingredients and then we'll just put it in the oven. And we just add our onions and carrots. Cook them for a few minutes until they're softer. Don't worry too much about them, just because the pie goes in the oven for like 25 minutes to half an hour. So they will cook anyways, but it's good to kind of give them a head start. And you can brown them a bit if you want to, because it gives you more flavor. Whilst our carrots and onions are cooking, I thought it would be a good chance to ask you if there is any recipes or any ingredients that you want me to use and come up with some recipes for. So let me know and I'm more than happy to do that for you. By the way, so I'm making this mini shepherd's pies. So I actually use what I have on hand. So I have like a few ramekins like that I just use them. But honestly, if you don't have it, just don't worry too much. You can just use a bigger tin if you want to. You might just need to adjust your timings accordingly, just watch that. But again, you'll be able to tell when it's cooked because everything is cooked anyways before you put that in the oven. So honestly, just don't worry about it. So like around at this point, you can probably cook a bit longer, but I'm just trying to save time right now just because she's up. Around this point, I just add my seasoning. Mixed herbs I meant, but same thing. Then we add tomato puree, lentils, and our stock. Mix everything together and let it cook for about 10 minutes or so until it becomes thicker. Okay, this is the point where I normally just leave it. And then we'll just put everything together right now into our ramekins and put them in the oven. I can't even tell you how divine the kitchen smells at the moment. I'm honestly not exaggerating, it's just I'm so food obsessed. Like I just like all the flavors. Okay. Love all the flavors and stuff, it just smells so good. So now we'll just put everything into the ramekins, put our mashed potato on top. And then this is completely optional, but if you want to add some cheese on top, you can, as you would do for a normal shepherd's pie. But again, if you don't want to, or your toddler is not tolerant, you don't have to do that. These how shepherd's pie look like. They're extremely hot at the moment, so I can't touch them, but they look incredible. They smell incredible. And I didn't even wait until the cheese fully crisp up, but it's honestly, it's just so good. Like it has some crispiness there, but it's just amazing. So I would highly recommend to try it. So these are all the recipes that I wanted to share with you today. They're also budget friendly and they're actually very quick to make. The longest one that takes is the shepherd's pie. Just to wait until the vegetables cook and things like that. But apart of that, it's actually very easy. I really hope that your toddlers will enjoy that. I hope they're not going through any picky stage at the moment and they will like it. Or if they don't like it at the moment, you never know, maybe they're gonna like it in a week or two. Thank you so much for spending your time. Please let me know if you like those recipes and if there are any other recipes that you want me to share. And for now, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!